Hey everyone, this is Teo. In today's video, we are going to talk about the tinting strength of watercolor. The tinting strength is basically the power or the strength of a color to influence or affect a mixture. You can think of it as intensity as well. Now with certain colors, sometimes you need to use a lot of paint in order to get the intensity, but with some other colors, you just need to squeeze a tiny bit of paint and you can get a very vibrant wash, and those paints, those colors, they usually go a very long way. You may find that colors with high tinting strength, their tubes seem to last much longer. So today, I'm going to compare two sets of colors. Here on the left side are the colors with low tinting strength, and here on the right side, high tinting strength. Let me squeeze out some of the paint first. So this is nickel titanate yellow. And straight away I can see that this yellow, this is not as intense compared to other yellows. And this is azo yellow. You can see the yellow is stronger. Let's swatch out the first color. And this color, it looks like it's semi-transparent as well. Next we have rose madder permanent. This is a mix of 3 pigments. This color looks intense, but later on when we mix the 3 primary colors together, we can see that that's actually not the case. Cerulean blue. This is one of my favorite blues. I like to use this to mix grays, soft grays. This is probably the least intense of all the blues out there. And lastly, we have Viridian. This is considered a cool green. So these are the 4 colors with low tinting strength. Next we will paint the swatches for the high tinting strength colors. This is azo yellow. So this yellow, this is so intense, so vibrant. And we have phthalo blue. This is probably one of the strongest blue, if not the strongest blue. The last color is phthalo green. Here's a side-by-side comparison. So in the top row, we have colors with low tinting strength and the bottom row with high tinting strength. So instantly I can see that the colors with high tinting strength, they are significantly more vibrant. You can actually add more water to dilute them to make the colors lighter, but for the colors with low tinting strength, if you want to make them more vibrant, you would actually have to use a lot more paint, or you have to glaze over the initial wash several times. And now let's see what kind of mixes, what kind of colors we can get by mixing this 3 colors or 4 colors together. So this is titanate yellow, nickel titanate yellow with rose madder permanent. So we get this muted sort of skin tone like color. Let me add a little bit more red. And this is the yellow with cerulean blue. This green is very pastel-like, very muted. It's a nice green, but I don't think I can get a very dark green just by using these 2 colors. And now we have cerulean blue with rose madder permanent. So this is actually a very nice purple. Sometimes I like to mix a black or a very dark value color with red and phthalo green. So instead of phthalo green, I'm using Viridian here. So let's see if we can get that black. So this is dark enough, but I definitely need more paint to make this even darker. And this is how the 3 colors look when mixed together. Usually to mix black or something very dark, I need to use a lot of blue and red. But here you see it's very challenging. I don't think it's possible to mix a black with these 3 colors. And now let's move on to azo yellow and permanent red. Just like before, I'm letting the colors mix on the paper. So this orange here, This is more vibrant compared to the mixture from nickel titanate yellow and rose madder. So this orange, it's much more intense. And now we have azo yellow and phthalo blue. This is a very nice green. It's very vibrant. I like this a lot. This is with a lot more blue. So you can see this green is really strong. Permanent red and phthalo blue. So this purple, it's very muted, but it's a very dark value color. So the intensity is definitely there, but it's not that vibrant. And this is phthalo green with the red. So you can see how strong, how dark this color is after adding red. And this is the mix of 3 colors together. Very dark. You need the perfect mix to get a black. So here I see more green. Let's see what happens when we add a low tinting strength color to our one with high tinting strength. So this is phthalo green, and we'll add rose madder permanent. So this is rose madder permanent. So I need a lot of rose madder in order to neutralize phthalo green. Alright, the mixers have dried, so you can probably tell straight away that colors on the left side, they are more muted, they are lighter in value, and they appear to be a bit more washed out. Colors on the right side, they are more intense, more vibrant, and you can achieve darker values more easily. While I was painting these mixers, I had to keep on squeezing paint out from the tube because I kept running out of paint. So sometimes I feel like it's not really worth the money to get colors with low tinting strength because you need to use a lot of paint. And now let's paint this sketch very quickly using the 2 sets of colors. So I'm going to mix a skin tone first. So one nice thing about using colors with low tinting strength is when it comes to mixing lighter value colors, you can mix very fast because the colors, they are light to begin. So I'm going to color this left side with the weaker, so-called weaker colors. Let's have cerulean blue here. And maybe this lady here, she is wearing an orange jacket. So for orange, we know we have to mix yellow and red, but here I don't think we can get an orange because this yellow, it's not the warm yellow. So we have this very pastel pink-like color, which is not too bad. It's still very nice. And for this person here, maybe I will have yellow and blue for a green. So this is a very light value green as well. And for the background here, maybe I will mix the 3 colors together to get a gray, to get a neutralized gray. All right, this color here looks quite chalky. It looks very washed out. For the hair and the pants, I'm going to mix a red with viridian. So let's see if we can get a dark value. Let's have more red here and more viridian. Alright, it's dark enough, but it's still a bit washed out. I mean, it's dark enough compared to the other weaker colors, but it still appears washed out. And now for the people here on the right side, same thing. I'm going to start by mixing a skin tone first. Now the colors here, they are much stronger, so I need to actually dilute the colors. When it comes to mixing with high tinting strength colors, when I add a tiny bit of a certain color, immediately the mixture would shift towards that color. So sometimes it can be a bit challenging. So if I add a bit more blue, immediately the mixture becomes green or shifts towards blue. So I actually wanted to mix some skin tone, but I added too much blue here. So oftentimes when I'm using such colors, I have to sometimes restart or add more water to dilute the mix. So when it comes to mixing colors, sometimes it can be a bit challenging. So you have to do it a bit more slowly and add paint bit by bit. There are certain colors that you can include in your palette to create certain mixes very easily. So for example, with skin tones, I usually like to have raw sienna or some sort of sienna and mix with a warm red, and I can quickly create that skin tone. But with 3 primary colors, it takes a lot more time. So now I want to paint an orange coat, and I can do so very easily because the colors here, they are very intense, and I have azo yellow and this permanent red. So I have this warm coat here, this red orange coat, and I want to have a green. So this time I want to use phthalo green. Now phthalo green on its own, it's going to be a bit glaring, a bit unnatural, so I need to add a little bit of red to tone it down. Earlier from the mixes, we found out that if we add a red to phthalo blue, we can get a very dark mixture, so that can be useful for painting hair. So this is a bit more blue. Let me add a bit more red to it. And for the background, I want to create a light gray wash using the 3 colors. So for this, I'm using a lot of water. For her hair, I can use the same phthalo green but with more red. I can use that to paint the shadows here as well. Let me go in with the pure color. Now that this orange has dried, I can see that it's a bit washed out, so I'm going to glaze over it with another wash. And for the bottom, I'm going to be using phthalo blue and red. So this is just a very quick sketch to test out the colors. So on the left side, again, the colors, they are low value, appears to be a bit more washed out. And the contrast is definitely not that strong because we cannot get dark values. The darkest value are actually mixed from Viridian and Rose Madder Permanent. And here on the right side, colors are more intense. We have phthalo green, and we can get really dark colors, colors that are close to being black. So why would you include colors with low tinting strength in your palette? Well, sometimes you want to use that color because you like that color. So for example, personally for me, I like to use cerulean blue on its own for painting skies because it's a very lovely blue, and this is a blue that you can use straight out from the tube. The color is not that glaring compared to a phthalo blue, so this is a very nice blue to have, and it works very well when it comes to mixing lighter value mixes like light yellow green, or for mixing those purples where you can see the color separation, where you can see the granulation of cerulean blue and the red that you use to mix the purple. Color separation and granulation of cerulean blue is what makes me still include cerulean blue and cerulean blue chromium in my palette. And also this is a very nice color when it comes to mixing light grays. You can mix light grays with French ultramarine and burnt sienna, but you have to add more water. With cerulean blue and burnt sienna, the light gray comes out just right. So sometimes we include these colors because of convenience. It's faster to mix certain mixtures using these starting colors. For the strong and intense colors, they are actually more versatile because you can add more water, you can add more paint to neutralize the colors to make them lighter, but for the lighter colors you cannot make them stronger. And also with strong colors like this, you can use them to get the attention of someone who is looking at your art. You can use colors, the pure colors straight from the tube. Those would really grab attention. Mixing colors with stronger colors can sometimes be quite challenging. So for example, when mixing this lighter skin tone, sometimes when I add a bit of red, the mixture becomes too red, so I have to neutralize it by adding more yellow and a bit of blue. But then the whole mixture will become much darker in value. Then I have to add more water and I have to basically repeat the mixture again to fine-tune the color. More time and care is definitely required when it comes to using such stronger colors. Now the nice thing about strong colors is you can get dark values like this very easily. You cannot get these colors using the colors with low tinting strength. It's almost impossible. Most of the colors I have in my palette have high tinting strength except for cerulean blue, chromium and raw sienna for the reasons mentioned earlier in the video. So that's the difference between colors with low versus high tinting strength. And let me know in the comment section below what are some of the colors that you are currently using that have low tinting strength, and do you enjoy using them? Why are you using them? I would love to hear from you. Alright, thanks for watching today's video. I hope this is helpful. See you in the next video. Bye!